Is this the most underrated accommodation in Gran Canaria? From bread delivered to your door every morning, to an amazing pool, and to an amazing location right next to the beachfront. Join us as we stay at this hidden gem right in the heart of Playas de Ingles in Gran Canaria. Welcome in, guys, to our review of our stay at Apartamentos El Paseo. I'm going to be walking through every aspect of our stay here, first off at the front of the building. As you can see, it's a small enough apartment complex, and what's nice, as you'll see once I get inside, is that every apartment has two balconies, one on the pool slash sea facing side and one on the road facing side. As I come down here to the main gate, I just want to show you the ample parking opportunities they have up here. This is actually free parking if you're staying in the apartments. So if you're renting a car for a day or two, or if you're renting scooters or mopeds like these people here, you can just drop it here. No extra fees, right outside the front door, which is lovely. So El Paseo has a few booking options. You can obviously go through Airbnb, Booking.com and stuff like that. But what I actually recommend is that you go book directly through their website. You're going to get the best prices there. And check-in is very simple. You get emailed the instructions 24 hours before your arrival. Depending what time you check in, you'll have a slightly different check-in experience. The desk actually closes at around 6 o'clock. So if your flight lands and you arrive after 6 o'clock, you can just follow the instructions, get the keys to your apartment, work away there. And then the following morning, you'll actually go to reception to sign all the forms and do the official check-in. So once you come inside the front gate, you're met with this kind of upstairs foyer area, which I'll cover more in depth after I cover the room, which will come down these set of stairs, come past reception and find your rooms depending on if you're at the ground floor or top floor. Now, depending on your preference, you can either book a bottom, mid or top floor. It already comes down to what you'd prefer. Would you rather have closer access to the pool, which is what we opted for by going for a bottom floor room, or as you go higher up, mid and top floor, you have better views of the sea. You don't even really have an ocean view at all from the bottom floor, so if that's something you really want, make sure you go mid or top floor. But we didn't really care. You're so close to the sea here anyway, you can just take a few steps out onto kind of a walkway, which I'll show you in a few minutes, and see the sea there. We wanted easier access to the pool. We felt it was easier rather than have to walk all the way down a set of stairs just to jump in. Okay, let's check out the room. The first thing you're met when you come into one of these rooms is the kitchen living room area. I've actually just knocked the lights on there just to get a bit better lighting, but this is what the living room slash dining room slash kitchen area looks like. And it doesn't really matter what room you get. The only extra you're paying for is higher up tiers, so better sea views. So they do come with a kitchenette, you know, if you do want to cook your own food. You have your sink, oven, fridge, microwave, all basic essentials, and they're actually very well stocked presses. Have a look in here. With plenty of plates, plenty of glasses, plenty of cups. You've got your microfiber cloths, sponge, washing up liquid, tea towels. I mean, if you want to do a bit of housekeeping, mopping and sweeping, it's all there. Yeah, there's loads of kitchen equipment. You've got your colanders, bowls, wine flutes, some snacks of course, although they're not included in the price of the accommodation. I mean, there's even a coffee maker if you really want to go through the trouble of making your own coffee. But yeah, it's all here, cutlery, and you've got your graters, potato peelers, bottle openers, and then you've got your fridge freezer, but it's actually so handy on hot holidays. You've got your ice cube trays, we've got some ice pops in there, perfect for cooling stuff down. And then a fridge, which, no, ours is fairly empty. We're coming to the end of our trip here, so not much left. But it's actually so handy to have something like this. Like if you're staying in a hotel without a fridge on these types of holidays, you're just drinking warm water all the time. You can't keep any of your drinks cold, so that's always a nice benefit. This is so random. So when you book this place, one of the questions they ask you in the emails is what's your preference on bread, wholemeal brown bread or white bread roll? And that's because every morning outside your door on a hook, they'll hang one of these bags. These perfectly branded El Paseo bags. Is it a drawstring? Oh, it is a little drawstring. And inside of it will be bread rolls just like this one. We've gone for the white, we like our white bread roll. So it'll be on the door every morning, and then when you're finished, there's actually a hook next to reception to put the bread bag back that I'll show you in a few minutes. There's actually two TVs in the apartment, one in the sitting room here and one in the bedroom. I'll just knock it on here. Is it plugged in? It's coming on there. Not an amazing selection of channels. It's mostly just Spanish terrestrial channels, so I literally don't think there's any one in English. So I mean, if you can't speak Spanish, you're out of luck. There we go, something popped up. Took a long time to go on there. Wait, that's not even a Spanish, it's a German news channel. It's a bit random. But yeah, channel selection not great. I'll show you the TV in the bedroom in a few minutes. It's more of the same though, but again, good for background noise, good to just kind of fill up the atmosphere. Right, we'll move over to here. Would you call this the dining table? I suppose this is the living room section. It's actually really nice. They put this kind of, so they have the cloth, obviously, tablecloth underneath, which would probably get filthy if you stayed using it for too long, but they have this, what would you call it, plastic? I suppose it's just plastic cover, which I suppose does look a bit tacky, but it makes it very easy to wipe down, and I'm sure that's just for the maids and the housekeepers. It came with a few basic bits. Those are some of our stuff, but these, you know, your tea, coffees, etc., sugars, which if you're into that sort of thing, they do accommodate you there. And then this couch in the living area, which actually is very comfy, and to be honest, could you even use it as another bed? Like, it's long enough. You actually could, because this place only comes with two beds. There's only one bedroom, so I mean, if you had a third person, that would even bring the price further down. You could knock someone on this. That's worth noting about this place as well. It actually was very clean when we first checked in. Housekeeping is kind of on the ball. It's every second day housekeeping. So it's Monday, Wednesday, Friday. They don't do Saturday, Sunday. And that's nice. I mean, you would expect something like that. You wouldn't expect everyday housekeeping like you would in a hotel. Because it's worth noting as well, it says it on the website that El Paseo is actually a family-run apartment complex. It's not a big corporation. It's much more of an intimate operation. And you can tell that from the receptionist. The man I was dealing with, Isaac was his name, was very friendly, very informative, very personable. Another nice thing you actually see behind me is all of the rooms come with, a little mini library of books that you can choose from. But also even bigger than that, over in the reception, there's a massive library of loads of books in all different languages: English, German, Swedish, Polish, Spanish, of course. It's nice actually storage space, that shelf. We got a few of our bits on there as well. So that kind of completes the room. I couldn't even tell you what plant it is. I'm not a botanist, not a plant person at all. If anyone knows what plant this is, let me know. Is it real? How can you tell? Let me see. Looks like real dirt. I think it is real. Okay, good. Okay, before I move into the bedroom, let's take a look at the bathroom. I'm going to record some of this with the light off, just because if I turn this on, the fan gets going. I don't know if that's picking that up, but it'll probably pick it up with the editing, so I'm just going to knock that off for now, but you can still see me fine. But I think the first thing you're going to notice with the bathroom is how small it is. It's the length of it. Like, you can't really see that there, but it literally is my arm's width wide. So it's not the biggest bathroom in the world, but it does come with everything you need. So I've got some of our bits there as well, but of course you've got your cups, shower caps. Soap was topped up when we came in. There's plenty of drawer space for your bits. You've got one drawer. Do we even use this one? I don't even know if we have. Oh yeah, there was extra towels in that one, which is actually very nice. Plenty of towels when we checked in, by the way. There was some in the wardrobe inside the room, which we'll check in a minute. There was some in that press. There was some hanging up here over the side of the showers. If you're one of those people like us, we actually rarely travel with towels. You might buy a beach towel when you're here, but you're not actually bringing the big heavy towels with you just to save on luggage space. This is one of those places you really don't need to bring towels. We got more storage over here in the corner, up top. Those shelves, we're even using this. No, not really. Our toilet, I'm not sure what this is. Is that a spray thing? Is that like a bidet, basically, to kind of clean your nether regions? Probably is that. Don't want to go near it. We actually did find a small slight issue with the toilet. In terms of sometimes after you'd flush it, it would just stay constantly like refilling. It was like the ball cock inside it basically wasn't rising to stop the water from coming in. Simple fix. I just had to lift up the top of the cistern and put it up myself. Literally takes 2 seconds, but it is a minor thing that we did notice there was an issue with the toilet. Moving over to the shower, we got a little extra bin here, and then of course the shower itself, which I gotta be honest folks, it's pretty good. You got 2 shower heads if you want. You got the kind of one you hold yourself and the rainfall one. We've just been using the rainfall one, which is perfect. The pressure was really good, but more importantly for me anyway, the temperature was fantastic. If anything, it was too hot. The dial for controlling the shower is so sensitive, you're at that line. It's cold, okay, tiny bit more. Okay, now it's perfectly neutral, tiny bit more, absolutely roasting. But look, you take that all day over a shower that's no pressure, a pipe leak going on behind you, and then absolutely freezing. That's the bathroom anyway. No frills, fairly small, but basic, I think gets the job done. There's nothing egregious, no egregious errors. Again, everything was clean, it smelled nice. And the shower actually kind of takes it up a notch, I would say, over just a basic bathroom. So you know, give it a 6 out of 10 maybe on the bathroom scale. Okay, moving on from the bathroom and onto what most people would probably consider the most important part of your stay, and that's the bedroom. We've got a typical setup here of these European summer holidays, which basically it's 2 single beds put together with a sheet. There was no double bed option. I think that was all of the rooms here had only that option. Now trust me, those beds didn't look as rough as that when we checked in, and the housekeeper's doing much better. I've just done my best attempt at making the beds. But yeah, the room is quite airy. Both sides of the bed come with little bedside lockers for your little bits. We did notice probably the oldest looking part of the apartment is the room. There's a lot of kind of landlord special scuffs and, like you can see there a bit of dirt and stuff like that. It is showing its age in this part of the apartment, definitely. But you also have another TV here, which is pretty much the exact same as the first TV, same channels. You got a little makeup station mirror here and a little fan here. Just in relation to the fan, it's actually worth noting that there actually is no aircon in the apartment, which I know does send red flags off in your head, alarms going off, hot country, no aircon, what am I going to do? And when I checked in, Isaac was actually telling me that there is no aircon, but these apartments were designed to stay at a low enough temperature. I think he said 22 degrees was what he was saying. I can't remember exactly, but the way they were designed basically is if you open the doors here on this balcony and the doors here on that balcony, the way they were designed, the materials they were made out of, the position they are relative to the sea or something like that, that a draft will come through and really cool the buildings down. Genuinely, me and Keely both agree on this. This is the most temperate, coolest, nice to stay in, temperature-wise, apartment, hotel room, whatever you want to call it, I've ever had on a sun holiday. So I wouldn't let the fact that there's no aircon throw you off. That fan is a nice little added extra if you want to plug that in, point it at the bed or etc. If you want that bit of extra coolness. But genuinely, if you leave these doors open, like right now, this is perfect. I think it's 28 degrees outside right now, and you wouldn't feel it inside. You'd swear it's 15 degrees. It's actually really nice. But yeah, the bed, do you know what? Amazingly comfy. I don't know, it's not that thin, rock hard, you know, you're going to a European seaside town bed that it absolutely kills your back. Like, these are so nice. I don't know what the mattress is, memory foam, but these are both lovely. And even the duvets themselves, they're not that kind of really cheap. They're light duvets, they're thin, but they're not just basically a bed sheet, which is you get in a lot of places. They're actually kind of, they're light enough that if you do get a bit of breeze at night, you would want to throw them on top of you. But they're not heavy enough that you're absolutely smothering in the heat. Just location-wise, touching on that a bit, I wouldn't say this is far away from a strip of pubs, restaurants just on the beach there, but it's just that step removed from it that we've never had any issue with sleep. The only thing that did really wake us up was at like 6:30, 7 in the morning, trucks come by, picking up the bins obviously outside. That kind of is annoying, but it's literally there for 45 seconds. If you're a light sleeper, you're worried about coming to a place like this, is there a lot of activity around the place? Will I struggle to sleep? Not here at all. The bed is really comfy, the duvet is really comfy, there's extra pillows and blankets and stuff inside if you really want that. The room, the temperature stays nice and cool. And then you obviously have the sound of stuff nearby. It's practically non-existent. You might, if you put it on a scale, it's like 2 out of 10, 1 out of 10 maybe. So it's very good for sleeping purposes, I would say, this apartment. It also comes with a massive wardrobe. It slides over. I'll see, can I do it here now? You'll have to excuse the mess. You kind of, we had the best intentions with hanging everything up, but then you kind of just throw everything in then in the end. But yeah, loads of space. There's extra duvet, pillowy stuff down here, space for your shoes, etc. Loads of hangers to hang up your stuff. Loads of space here to leave whatever you want. And then on this side, if we pull this back, that's where they left stuff like your iron, your hair dryer, you have your safe. I think we only noticed these 2 days ago. These aren't towels, these are robes. I'll show you out here. It's actually really good material. It's basically a towel. Like, it's not a nightgown. They basically have just taken the material they make towels out of and made it into a robe. So it's perfect for after the shower. It's perfect for after the pool. You dry off instantly. I don't know why I put it on fully. I could have shown it off. But there you go. Spin, it's gorgeous. But yeah, that's the wardrobe. I mean, you obviously have little side drawers here as well. I don't even know if we use them. No, not really. Storage space is plenty for 2 people. Even 3 people, you'd never have any problem here. Is there anything on top of the wardrobe? Let me just... I don't really see anything up there. No, not really. No, just plugs and stuff. Nothing up there. But yeah, can't fault the wardrobe. Brilliant. And then if we come out to this balcony, which is the lesser use of the balconies, to be honest, we haven't used it at all. And we've hung up a bit of towels and stuff there. But this kind of links out onto the walkway. And there's the stairs we came down at the start of the review. And you come into the apartment that way. But to be honest, you're going to be spending most of your time on the balcony out there, which I'll show you in a few minutes, out onto the pool. This is just an extra nice area. It might be nicer on higher up balconies, maybe, if you're up on the mid or top floor, but we just felt we didn't really have much use for it. But nice to have. If we come back through the bedroom, through the living area, we'll come out to the main balcony, which is probably the nicest area of the apartment. Basic enough, but it covers everything. We have our 2 chairs, our umbrella, our table. I think you can light this. Is it a candle? Oh yeah, you can light that if you want. Spot for drying clothes horse, which actually was needed. And this is why we opted for a bottom floor room, because you just have a little gate here, you open it up, and that brings you into the pool area. Small enough pool, but it does the job. It's not that deep. It only gets, it says it over there, 1.45 meters in the center, so it never really gets to the stage where you can't struggle to stand if you're a weak swimmer, so that's nice. And it's heated all year round, 25, I think he said 26 degrees all year round, so it doesn't matter when you come here. It always is kind of, you can always get in and enjoy it. You never get that shower off it. I'll give you a look at the complex actually from this side. You can get a better look at all the apartments. So all of this until later. But yeah, we came here at such a quiet time. Honestly, there's never been more than 2-3 people in the pool, but more often than not, it's just us in it. So if you come this way, we have this little side gate here, out into another part of the apartment complex. I put it the wrong way every time. Over here, this is where the washing facilities are. That's simple, go to reception, ask for the key, do your bits, washing machine, dryer, When you're finished, drop it back to reception, handy. That brings you out onto the walkway onto the beach. We'll go up there in a few minutes. And this just loops back around, back to reception. Oh, it's also worth noting there's showers out by the pool. Like, obviously you want to shower before you go in and come out of the pool, so you got a shower head here, and there's a shower head just over there next to the pool. Okay, before I leave the apartment complex and head out onto the walkway and the beach, I'm going to take a quick dip in the pool. Right, I'm in taking a dip. It's literally like getting a bath. It's so warm. I'm going to have to leave the camera here, obviously, for obvious reasons. I don't want the camera to break, but I have it tracked to me, so I should keep up with me. This is lovely. And again, it's been like this for most of the trip. We've been in the pool maybe twice with other people. Every other time we've gone in every day. We've never had anyone else. So obviously that depends on the time of year you're going to book, but we've had it basically to ourselves. And the pool actually has pretty generous opening times. In the non-summer months it'll close at 7, opens at 9, but in the summer it's 9 to 8. And I think 8 is actually fairly decent for a pool closing time, because in Sol last year it was open till about, I think, 6, 5 maybe. So I think 8 is pretty good. I'm a bit tense now because I'm just, the camera's like, I have it on a kind of a selfie stick tripod thing, but I have to be very careful not to drop it. But yeah, pool is fabulous. You genuinely can't complain. It's great for a dip. The temperature is just a dream. And again, what's really nice is you come out of the pool, you come up off the ladder, just step up, go for your quick shower, or even not, just run straight in. That's why we wanted the bottom floor. Right, let's get dried off and I'll show you a bit more of what is around the apartment area. Now I'm fresh out of the pool, dried off. First things first though, before we head out, we got to hang up our bread bag. Put this one. Perfect, perfect. I actually just want to show you this before I go too. If you head up the steps just as we came in at the start of the video, I'll just show you this a bit more in depth. It's like a little foyer kind of just chill out area. Yeah, they've got tables, couches, umbrella. Again, I suppose I don't really know why you'd stay up here instead of you're on your own balconies or by the pool. I suppose it's if you're bringing guests back. And as I come up the steps here outside the back entrance of El Paseo, the first thing you're going to be met with is this walkway here. Looking at the walkway, you can either go right or left. We're going to head left down here in a few minutes just to head down onto the beach. And you come out and you're greeted with this view. Fantastic view. Out over the beach. The beaches stretch on for ages up this way. And if you come up this way, you'll actually be able to just see out of the corner here the dunes of Maspalomas, a massive desert basically of dunes that kind of separate Place de Ingles and the town of Maspalomas in that direction. But yeah, all along here we have restaurants, pubs, shops, casinos, anything you'd need basically if you were staying here on holidays. There's not that much accessibility option in terms of getting down. There is one ramp down back up that way, but it's very steep. You might be able to get down in a wheelchair, but I wouldn't be able to get up it. There's no way, I don't think so. So it is kind of a step heavy area, so that is worth noting if you're booking a place around here. One really nice benefit we've actually found from staying up in the apartment up there is right across here down at the base of the steps is a taxi rank. So anytime we've needed to go venture outwards to the water park or destinations further away, taxi rank right there, it's always full any hours of the night. 3 o'clock in the morning I've seen that place full. And really cheap taxis here as well. We found most places within a 10-15 kilometre radius comes to only about €10 between the two of us, €5 each. So taxi are actually a really good option. There is a good bus service to more of the smaller towns that are around the coast here, so buses are a good option as well. But if you're just looking for something direct, something quick, taxi rank right here. This is Maspalomas Square here in Place de Ingles, right on your doorstep. I'll show you the stairs I just came down. They're literally right here, that's where they come out. And that was a maybe 30-second walk from our apartment to the top of those stairs. And you're right here in the heart of it. So again, location-wise, you really can't fault the apartment. So basically what I'm going to do now is I'm going to head to one end of the strip here, walk all the way to the other end along the beachfront, and show you a montage of that, speed it up, just to give you an idea of the scale of how long this is. But if you want to see a bit more of the specifics of some of the shops around here, some of the restaurants around here, some of the nightlife around here, check out the vlog series up on the channel at the moment. I'll have a vlog for each day we were here. A lot of our time was spent around the pubs and restaurants around here, so you'll get a better idea of some of the stuff around this area. So this is basically the end of the strip, one side of the end of the strip anyway. As you can see, it basically starts here at this pub here. What's it called? Chow Chow. Okay, I'll see you on the far side. Let's walk the Maspalomas Place de Ingles beach strip. And here we come to the end of the Maspalomas Place de Ingles beach walk. It probably is the nicest, classiest place over the entire strip mall here. So yeah, that was the strip. It took me, looking at the time, it took me about 10 minutes to walk it, which I was going fairly fast through that. So it just goes to show you the scale of it and the amount of options you have. Before I head out onto the beach, I suppose it's worth noting there is a front side of the strip mall, the kind of parking area, but it's just basically the same. There's no different shops on this side. It's just the back of the buildings that were on the other side. Most of the reps or the staff won't call you in from this side. They'll want you to come in from that side, but you can get in from this side as well. And just to give you an idea of where the apartment is in relation to the strip, we're kind of at the center of it here, the central entry point. And if I spin around over here as I use my pointy stick, if I can find it, it's actually hard to see just because of the sun, right here. So that's where we are in comparison to the strip, right there. So if you walk this way, you have a stairs down over here, and if you walk this way, you have the stairs down there that I came down on. So very close. You'll have to excuse me here as I film my wrap up because I want my sunglasses on because the sun is right there beating into my eyes and I can't see, I'm just squinting at the camera. I could move the camera somewhere else, but I really wanted the shot of the beach behind me. So it's cinematography, so allow me. So Apartamentos El Paseo, I'm sure I'm pronouncing that right. What do we think of our stay? All in all, we were very happy with where we stayed. It was only about 25 minutes from the airport. We got a taxi straight there. The location, it's right next to the beach, it's right next to bars, restaurants, shops, everything you'll need. In terms of the accommodation itself, the free parking is a nice touch if you're renting a car, scooter, moped, etc. Check-in process was really easy. The receptionist we dealt with, Isaac, was super nice, super personable. And inside the apartment itself, it was clean. It had everything you'd need if you're going for a non-hotel stay, if you want that apartment stay. Fridge, cooker, microwave, plenty of storage options, cutlery, cups, plates. The living area was clean. It had a nice table for everyone to sit around. There was plenty of storage for you to store your keys, chargers, phones. The couch in the living room was comfortable and big enough that if you did want an extra person to stay, you wanted a third person to come stay with you, you could make do. The bathroom, albeit a bit small, it did have everything you need. And the shower was a big positive. That rainfall shower, nice pressure, great temperature. So for me, what more could you ask? The bedrooms were good too. The beds were comfy. There were two single beds stuck together to make a double, but the way they'd packed it into the sheet, they'd really kind of compressed them together. You barely even noticed. The duvets, they weren't just that cheap kind of thin sheet material. It was actual kind of just a light duvet. The wardrobe was massive. So many hangers, so many compartments for everyone to store their stuff away. No aircon inside the apartment, yes, but they do include that fan. And like the reception had said, the buildings weren't made to operate at this really low, cool temperature when you got both doors open, the draft coming through. And he was right. The two balconies are nice. I don't know why you'd ever use the second one, but it's nice to have the option for it. And the front balcony where we were situated on the lower floor, that's what we asked. We really like that. Straight access to the pool. You can look out over the pool, sit there and chill at the table. Or you can easily just walk down, hop on a sunbed right there. Speaking of the pool, it's heated all year round at about 26 degrees, I think it was. So it's perfect that it's not too sharp, you're getting in, you're tight and it's so cold, but it's perfect that it just cools you off. The little bread roll every morning is a nice touch. Just on the outside of your door, take your little bag, you can choose brown or white. And then as you've just seen, the apartment right next to the strip, right next to the beach, perfect location for a sun holiday. All in all, as a complete package, I really think it is worth the price. But now I need you to let me know if you think it's worth the price. Keely and I paid €600 for 8 nights, 9 days here at Apartamentos El Paseo. That's €300 per person. I don't know about you guys, but that's a bargain to me. Big thumbs up from Keely and myself for Apartamentos El Paseo. Definitely how you pronounce it, definitely. That's all for me here today, folks, in Gran Canaria. I'll leave a link to the accommodation below if you want to book it yourself. And if you've got any questions, please leave them in the comments. If you want to see one of my previous reviews from Tenerife from our trip last year, click here. And if you want to check out the vlog series that we've done every day here in Gran Canaria on our trip, click here for the playlist. That's it, guys. I've been Cormac Wheatley. Thanks so much for watching.